What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Cashed Out, and today we're going to be talking about the new firmware update for the Atomos Ninja V. And I think this is a really cool firmware update. There's a lot of new features that have been added on there that I think are really handy for content creators. So let's dive right into it. Now, the first new feature that I want to talk about is the custom frame guides, and it's going to be a little bit of Inception style B-roll here because I'm going to be recording the Atomos Ninja while I'm talking through it. But I wanted to at least show you guys what these things will look like. But the custom frame guides are a really handy tool because they allow you to be able to see how your shot's going to look in different aspect ratios. So if you're shooting 4:3 or 9:16 or 16:9, no matter what you're shooting, you can actually even enter custom aspect ratios of your own just to make sure that it matches exactly what you need. But as you're shooting, you can actually see what your shot's going to look like in these different aspect ratios. And this is really handy to make sure that your video looks the way that you want it to look in all those different aspect ratios. So if you're shooting for Instagram or YouTube Shorts, you can make sure that the important stuff in your video is highlighted and showcased properly. So I really think this is super useful, probably one of my favorite features with these new updates. The next new feature on this update is the frame grab. And what this allows you to do is actually to be able to grab a still out of any clip that you like as you're playing back or as you're recording on the Atomos Ninja. And this is super useful, especially if you're recording and you're just like, oh man, that shot looks really good. I think I want to make that the thumbnail, or I want to capture that screen. You can literally just tap a button, grab that screenshot, and now use it for whatever you want to use it. It actually captures it as a PNG image, and it captures it at about, I think it's 1920 by 1080. So it's very high quality. And I think that's super useful, especially if you're not shooting in RAW, I think it might work a little bit better because it's already, you got the colors and everything in place there. But it's super handy, especially if you're trying to kind of turn around videos quickly and you're like, man, that's my thumbnail, I want to grab that. You can literally just tap a button and it's already there. So very useful in terms of the frame grab feature. The last new feature that I want to hit on is the onion skin overlay. And this is super handy, especially when you're trying to match up shots. If you want to make sure that shots look identical, you can basically grab a still of the shot that you like and then overlay that into the shot that you're shooting. And this is super handy because basically it allows you to be able to put a transparent image of the shot that you like as you're recording or as you're playing back, just to use it as a reference to make sure that you're able to get the look exactly the way that you want it. And you can change the transparency level to be able to have it more transparent or less transparent, and you can actually shift it from being like covering the whole screen to covering just the left side or covering just the right side. So it's a very handy tool in terms of referencing, making sure that you have the shot that you really want matched up with what you're actually shooting right now. Overall, I really like the additions that Atomos has put in with this new firmware update. My favorite one, as I mentioned, is that custom frame guide, because that's super useful, especially now that we're shooting more shorts and Instagram videos. It's very handy to making sure that your video looks just the way that you want it to as you shift these aspect ratios. So hope you liked this video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and let me know in the comments below, have you tried these new features out yet? Did you know about these new features? And so if you have an Atomos Ninja, or if you're looking into getting one, kind of let me know what your thoughts are on these new features, if they're going to help you or if it's something that doesn't really add to the value of you using this tool. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy.